Well, the issue of Plateau State has been on the front burner for a long time, which is why we are bringing it to focus today, because our people are being killed and the carnage everybody wants is to stop. We're being joined on the program to share perspective on this particular issue by the Commissioner for Information in Plateau State, Mr. Musa Achams. Mr. Achams, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Joffrey.
Okay, let's get straight to it. I think I will begin with these allegations that the military has denied. The Reverend Samson Darlock, I think that's his name, Khan chairman of Mangu, made a video accusing the military of bias and even made some statements about ethnic coloration, accusing the military of shielding a particular group and allowing the other group to carry out the carnage and all of that. The military has come to say, no, we are professional, we have been neutral, we have done our job proficiently and all of that. What is the government saying? The military has spoken, the people involved have spoken. What does the government know?
As a government, we wouldn't want to take sides because what we're here for is to give equal representation to all and sundry, not minding their creed, not minding their tribes, not minding their... So as a government, this is unfortunate, this is uncalled for. This does not act. If it were nipped in the bud, you wouldn't have had these allegations and counter allegations, or accusations and counter accusations. So as a government, we will want a situation whereby our people will live peacefully so that these issues don't even come up in the first instance. So basically, you will not blame people when they see that their lives and means of livelihood are taken. They begin to spot foul play elsewhere. But for us as a government, that is not the issue. The issue for us is to have a peaceful Mangu, is to have a peaceful Bariki Ladi, is to have a peaceful Bokos, and of course, peaceful Plateau State. Once that is done, nobody will accuse anybody. So for the accusations not to crop up in the first instance, the best thing to do is to suppress insurrection, is to repel attacks, is to arrest the perpetrators of these dastard acts, is for these perpetrators of these dastard acts to face the law, to face the consequences of what they are doing. Because when you pick up arms against the state, that is insurrection. You are supposed to be given the right punishment, the requisite punishment. But once you see that villages attacked, some are being foiled, before the Wahalak massacre, there were attempts by assailants, by criminals, to attack 3 villages, which they were repelled, like Farinkasa. So as far as our people are concerned, they have the right to raise observations when they see them. They have the right to say, this is what we think. And for those issues to be dispelled, the best thing to do is to have a peaceful environment. And you will not be saying this. 5 days ago, you didn't hear anybody say anybody is taking sides. Why they are making these allegations is because there's crisis in the land, is because there's killings, is because worship centers are being touched, is because homes are being touched. And you recall that not long ago, the military boosted what they call Operation Hakoren Damisa and Mangu local government. So with such a presence, we'll expect that we'll not have this kind of carnages. We'll not have people come in their numbers to just take people's lives like animals. Even animals, you don't just take them like that. It is on special occasions or events that people slaughter animals in their numbers. When you see people killing women and children, what has happened to our humanity? What has happened to living in unity and harmonious coexistence? What has happened to all of that? So for us as a government, we want a situation whereby there won't be killings on the plateau, so that you don't even find anybody talk about people taking sides.
All right, Mr. Achams, so that we'll take as many questions as possible. You can understand the frustration of the people. If you're in there, if anybody who is in that particular place or in that particular situation, and looking at how much carnage has gone on, and there appears to be no end in sight. So, isn't it time to speak in clear terms? Who is responsible for this? What is responsible for this? 100, almost 185 people, whilst waiting for Christmas Day, couldn't make it to Christmas Day because of a carnage. January has not ended. 30 people in Mangu have all died today, laying down, never to be alive again. Isn't it time to speak in clear terms? The people cannot continue to just die.
And fingers are pointed to the same spot, to the same direction. There's a need for the man behind the mark. Not be dancing macabre dance, one step forward, two steps backward instead. There's a need for those that are community to begin to profile the criminals. As a government, our work is not to profile criminals. There are persons who the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has saddled with this responsibility. They must do that for us not to have this gangsterism, for us not to have gangsters of epidemic proportion, killing from one village to another and getting away with it. There is, when you noticed in the Christmas
Mr. Chomps, if you can hear me just a minute, please, because network connection is not allowing us to pick all you're saying. So who are you blaming for this? Because, yes, we also need to hear you clearly, but network connection, I guess, is a network. So we want to hear you clearly because you're the one, you're the government speaking on behalf of the government. Who are you blaming for this? Clear terms. Because you've been speaking, that's why I said clear terms.
Yes, we are blaming criminals that come to kill our people. We are blaming assailants. We are blaming bandits. We are blaming terrorists that need to be suppressed by agents of the government.
Mr. Chomps, you cannot blame bandits, criminals, and assailants. That's what they are. That's why they are classified as criminals, bandits, and assailants. Their job is to cause mayhem and cause fear. You cannot blame a doctor for being a doctor. You cannot blame a lawyer for being a lawyer. You cannot blame a criminal for being a criminal. Someone is failing. Who is failing?
This I've itemized those that have failed in the eye of the people. The people who want to have a peaceful environment where they can do their businesses, they can go about their farming activities, where they can stay in their ancestral lands without molestations. I've told you, we need to have community policing so that our people will defend themselves, so that our people will protect themselves. It's long overdue. We cannot be talking about the same thing over and over. This is over 21 years on the Plateau where you have these carnages. Like before His Excellency became governor, Mangu was never a part of it. The moment he won election, Mangu became the epicenter. After when we were in court, they withdrew a bit from Mangu and went to other local government. Now that the Supreme Court has declared him governor, it has gone back to Mangu again. You know, we do not gather intelligence on behalf of the security agencies. We only share ideas. We only cross-fertilize. We only cross-breed. We only look at these things from perspectives and we give them information. So this thing, like I told you, if there's a man behind the mask, he needs to be unveiled. If there are men behind the mask, they need to be unveiled. People cannot be bigger than Nigeria. We cannot be going through this evil and vicious cycle over and over again. If you want me to name a name, there are videos all over. People have said these are the persons that came in cahoot with us to go and kill. They should be arrested. And when they are arrested, yesterday I was on a radio program on Nigeria Now. My colleague in the program said the prisons are filled with criminals. That the requisite punishment should be given to these people when you kill. It is expedient that you are killed too, so that you will not continue with this gangsterism. It will help us as a people. It's quite unfortunate that we are saying this on national TV, but we cannot continue with this gangsterism over and over.
Does this align? Because you heard, if you watch the report we played before I started talking to you, the CDS, COAS rather, Chief of Army Staff, on our Christmas Day, end of year program, December 31st, it said it's mismanaged political crisis that has snowballed into Christmas Day carnage. And you are affirming that as well. He also traced back in that particular interview, because I was part of that conversation, that in 1995, the election of a chairman somewhere in Just North also sparked this crisis. So isn't it time for the political actors to come together? And what is the governor doing besides setting up or directing or giving order for a curfew and all of that? What is he doing to make sure that peace and order and hope is restored to the people? 30 seconds.
It's like overflogging a dead horse for you to say this is a political crisis. It is not. It is ethnic cleansing. It is land grabbing. It is annihilation. It has nothing to do with politics. In politics is over. There is no contest for any seat on the plateau. So I don't know why people will limit this thing and cubicle it to politics. It is not politics, sir. On the plateau, the APC belonged to the PDP in the past. 98% of those in the APC today were members of the PDP. If they had issues, they moved to the APC. They didn't fight anybody. On the plateau, we don't fight because of politics, sir. We only fight at the polling unit. Go and check our history. But in the event that we cannot say that there was never a political crisis on the plateau, but it wouldn't escalate to this level where you go to villages and kill women and children and you name that politics. It's beyond politics. It's above politics. It's far from it. It has no nexus with politics. It is annihilation. It is land grabbing. It is termination of people. It is ethnic cleansing.
I must thank you, Mr. Musa Ashams, Commissioner for Information, on this particular issue. You've raised these allegations about what the real issues are. And we hope the federal government, as well as everybody involved, listens and acts so that the people stop getting killed. I must thank you for coming, Mr. Musa Ashams. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you. God bless Plateau State.